Hello Pisces, this is your tarot reading for December 2016. So I'm shuffling the cards. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Okay. I'm going to cut the cards. Okay. Your first card, Pisces, is Nine of Cups. This is a card of happiness and contentment. This is 10 of Cups. That's pretty good. 9 is elevated to 10. The Hangman is reversed. This is significant because the Hangman usually represents emotional confusion and pain. It represents going through a very difficult time. So when it's reversed, it's also reversing a time when you might have been very confused, very much in pain. So these three cards, which represent past energy and past influence, are telling me that, you might have had a very good period or an emotional, because cups represent water. So this is your element, and it's representing happiness and contentment and clarity. Okay. The next card is Five of Swords reverse. This is usually the card of fighting and conflict, so that's also a good sign. And in the middle, this will be in the center of your spread, there's the shadow side. And in traditional Rider-Waite, it also represents the devil. And I think that's significant. I think it means that you've been dealing with a lot of negative energies. You might still be dealing with a lot of negative energies. And then I have a Knight of Wands. Okay. This can represent a person who's a fire sign. Of course, that can be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. The Knight of Wands is very passionate and loyal, and he acts on that loyalty. He's very inspired and creative. So Pisces, I kind of see maybe that you and a fire sign have been going through difficulties, but you've had, if this is about a relationship, you've had a pretty good period of time, a happy time. And maybe you two have been trying to deal with working out relationship issues where the shadow side, the problems in the relationship that have been maybe recurring for quite a while, issues that have been recurring for quite a while. Now those issues seem to be dealt with. There's not as much fighting with this Knight of Wands. That's what I'm saying. That maybe you and this Knight of Wands had a lot of relationship issues. Okay. As we head into the future, this is Five of Wands. Okay. So wands seem to be a very significant energy as far as this Five of Wands being attached to this Knight of Wands. And this is usually the card of conflict. It's not as intense as the Five of Swords, where there's fighting and more fighting and disharmony and disagreements. What this means is that there's just a mild conflict. The conflict is not as serious as swords. Wands are about a conflict with how people feel. It's about people being competitive. I think that you see this knight, by the way, in the picture. I think this is the Knight of Wands here. And he's fighting these conflicts. I think that this person who's in your life, this fire sign, he might be dealing with a number of conflicts that might also be affecting you as well. This is a Two of Wands, and this is good because this is about, whenever you get the number 2, it's about a unity of forces. It's about success. 2 forces coming together for good and 2 forces accomplishing something. You see the man with the world in his hand. So this Wands energy seems to be very important in your reading this month, Pisces, because it seems as if you are going to be able to maintain stability, peace, and happiness. But the shadow side is still lurking. It's still an issue because that's why I think it's in the middle of your spread. And then we have a Knight of Cups. I think this is you. I think this is you maybe opening up emotionally, you finding stability and happiness. Okay? So, the interesting thing overall in the future, it looks like for the end of the year that things are going to be resolved, that this Knight of Wands isn't going anywhere. But what I also see are difficulties that have hampered or affected your relationship in the past, and you two are working it out. Okay? This Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups are actively, Knights are about action. They're about going to war and confronting conflicts head on. And they usually represent very strong shifts in situations. Okay? They're very strong, aggressive energy. As far as emotions, the Knight of Cups are about emotions, and the Knight of Wands are about inspiration and passion and devotion and loyalty. So far what I see here is this compromise. I see a relationship where people are starting to learn how to compromise. Also, you only have 2 major arcana card here. You have the Hangman in reverse. And remember what I said about a reversal of the emotional turmoil and pain and whatever, the breakups and everything. And then you do have the shadow side. And what I'm feeling from the tarot is you need to be careful, because I think this shadow side is showing up because it can still come back at any time. Okay? It can still be an issue that will always be hiding in the shadows, rearing its ugly head, causing more disagreements and conflicts. Okay? But it seems to me, just looking at the wands, that this Knight of Wands is trying to work through conflict so he can be more committed, and that you two can truly be united together. Okay? And I think that's where I see you within this Knight of Cups, emotionally, once again, finding your happiness, as I saw here in the beginning. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle for an outcome card. Okay. Okay, so for your outcome card, I have a 4 of Swords reversed, which is interesting. 4 of Swords. Whenever I see this card, especially for a relationship reading. It usually tells me about a breakup, distance, someone distancing themselves, but it usually tells me that there's been distance, a separation of some sort. So when this is reversed, I'm seeing that once again, you and the energy of this Knight of Wands are sort of coming together. That if there was a breakup and you two took your distance and you were going through a conflict and trying to work things out, I think that as we get closer to the holidays and the end of the year, I see a coming together. You know, it's sort of like breakup, makeup, you know. And I think that's good news. Okay. So Pisces, thank you so much for your support. Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And as always, I enjoy reading your comments and those of you who've purchased tarot readings from me. And I hope to hear from you soon. If you're interested in a reading, you're more than welcome to look in the description of the video. And there's a link to my online appointment book, and you'll see that I have a variety of services at a variety of prices. And so thank you so much for your support and your donations. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I will be doing the 2017 yearly predictions in a couple weeks, so look out for that. So take care, and I will talk to you soon.